Sofia. Saleem.
Yeah. So, thank you very much. Let me share the screen first. Yeah. So, hello everyone. Thank you very much, Sundus. And today I'm going to present an overview because I'm struggling still with a lot of, concept. And therefore, I am trying to be precise and trying to be more focused as much as I can. But the topic of my presentation is today just to give an overview what I'm working on, just because Denise and Professor Eva knows that I have a lot of issues with terminology. Therefore, I try to be more specific in today's presentation. So in today's presentation, I'm talking about the research topic, major research question, my theoretical framework, methodology, major findings, significance of this study, and the implication for future research. The topic of my presentation is gender codes in school textbooks and a case study of gender codes in Urdu textbooks in secondary school education in Punjab. I'm mainly focusing on gender codes, and the research question I rephrase is that do gender codes in Urdu textbook represent gender inequity in secondary school education in Punjab, Pakistan? Because I'm mainly focusing on gender codes, and therefore I'm trying to focus whether these gender codes are representing gender inequity or in through textbooks in school education in Punjab. The framework, the theoretical framework which I used is given by Arnott, Medina Arnott. She has followed Bernstein curriculum theory and argued that what Bernstein has described in curriculum theory, we can use this for the gender. So just to give you a brief idea that Bernstein has written on curriculum and school education, and he explained about gender codes, that how codes as a medium of instruction works in school education. So Arnott just took the idea from Bernstein, and she said that gender codes are the modes of transmission. So it's very important to understand what code is. The code is a message, right? And a message that that is being, it's they are messages or modes of transmission of gender relations through school knowledge and pedagogic structure. So we, therefore, I have used, because I used Arnott gender code theory, therefore I try to just focus on textbooks and how the textbook, in the textbook, the knowledge and the words and what codes are there in the textbook, how they transmit gender code, gender relations or unequal gender relations, I would say. So I was trying to analyze just textbooks, and I was specific to the Urdu textbooks at secondary school education. So therefore I just focused on specific textbook on a specific level to understand the gender codes in the school education. What major argument? Yes, I have discussed about this major argument of. Yes, so after defining the research question and theoretical framework, I discussed about the data I have used and how I collected the data. The data I collected was on two phases. Phase one was about content analysis of two textbooks for secondary school education. As I said, that I have chosen secondary school textbooks for grade 9th and 10th, and in this grade they are mainly for between 15 and 16 years of age, both boys and girls in Punjab school, in all public Punjab schools. They are taught through these textbooks. So these textbooks are compulsory textbooks. So I analyze and I have used content analysis technique to analyze the textbooks. Then I went to the field and I did my field research. I interviewed teachers from secondary school educations, and the sample was very specific. The teacher should be teaching Urdu textbook, and I also interviewed different teachers, but I was more specific to Urdu subject specialists. Then I conducted focus group discussions with them, and then later on I also made field notes. So this was about my data, what I have collected for this research. Then for analyzing this data, I used critical discourse analysis technique, and critical discourse analysis have different approaches. I have used Fairclough 1992, Norman Fairclough or Fairclough method of CDA or critical discourse analysis is that he described different levels of speech or language analysis. So he also discussed about language as a practice, language as social practice, and things like that. But I only focus on text, how he has explained that how we can analyze a specific text, right? So according to Fairclough, he says that language is a kind of it's a kind of medium that speak itself, right? If it is a written text, you can just see and try to play with this, that how language in a text is speaking. Therefore, I was mainly focusing on what kind of gender relations or gender characters or gender characters or professional activities or whatever, what is actually in the textbook about men and women, right? So basically I'm just trying to look at textbook and was focusing on how men are portrayed and how women are portrayed, right? So yeah, so after this yes, so now I come to my major finding. When I analyze the data, then the first thing was I'm here trying to explain that why I'm focusing on textbooks. Textbooks are extremely important. As one of the teachers says, that textbook play a significant role, immensely important. We need to teach the same thing. Their details, their notes, in every way, we have to do everything with the textbook. So my point here is that, and another teacher say we use textbook almost 60 to 70% in schools. So my point here in this slide is to say that textbook are highly important medium of instruction in schools. Therefore, I have focused just on textbooks. And in my findings, you can see that the textbooks are portraying gender relations. And so, in my result, I can say unequal gender relations, but when I was analyzing, I did not know that how they are presented. So, but in my finding, you can say that male characters are portrayed like they're famous, they're sharp, they're great, they're fast. But if we come to the female characters, then they're helpless, like they're soft, right? Sad, furious, noisy. So we can see that there is a dichotomy going on, and there are differences going on in the textbook text, right? Then I come to the occupations. What kind of occupations are described? You can see that, there are so many occupations. They can be secretary, they can be school teachers, they can be scholars, they can be officers. But when it comes to female, then they become homemakers, they become dancer, or servants, singers, or tailors, or maybe the cook. So you can see that there is a difference in the occupational level, but also that there are the representation itself, that there are so many male occupations compared to female occupations. Similarly, the labels we attach to male characters in the textbooks are that they are capable, they are elegant, they are well-mannered, they are grateful. But when it comes to females, they are skillful, modest, right? Restless, obedient, sensitive, things like that. So the labels they are attached to the characters in the textbook also signify that there is unequal gender representation. They are not represented equally. So there are so many tables I made. I'm sorry I could not show up just because of the time. So I decided just to show the main findings or overview. Now I will discuss something about teachers' perspective, what teachers said about these. When as I said that in phase 1, I was analyzing textbook, and then I went to field and asked teachers what do they think about um, these textbooks and how they teach. And I interviewed both male and female teachers, and interestingly my results shows that both male and female teachers have different perspectives in different schools, right? So for example, one of the female teachers say girl students have in their mind that it is a male dominated society and male are at far front in everything, and male can do all these things. For example, work related to bravery or any significant work, a man can do such things. Women only needs to be on his side, right? I mean, another slide, for example, one of the teachers says that there are poems about farmer or men doing hard work, but why not women, right? We need to express in this curriculum or in textbook so that women get, girls can get idea that, okay, women can have different roles. There are different perspectives. So what my point is that in different roles, teachers suggest that there should be different portrayal of females regarding their occupation, regarding their activities, regarding their characters, or whatever we can call representation. I mean, in the end, my study would contribute in the in the field of gender, curriculum, and school education, and I think it would be useful for, developing a balanced approach in the textbook, and it would help for textbook writers and, yeah, for curriculum developers. Yeah, thank you very much.